Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. One of the great scholars of the recent history is Hazrat Qari Siddiq Sahab Bandwi Rahmatullahi alayh. Qari Sahab, one amazing quality that he had is with his piety and his Allah consciousness and his great rank that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed him with was his ability to compose poetry and to use the knowledge that Allah has given him along with history and just encapsulate it so amazingly that in those few stanzas you will be able to understand so much. And in this he says, Zikre Khuda mein Hardam rehna. To be in the perpetual remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not in the capacity of every individual. To stay away from the desires of a person's carnal desires, it's not everyone's ability to do so all the time. Some people may do it sometimes, some people may do it at a particular time, but not everyone can do it all the time. And that is how Qari Sahab makes mention of it. And he says that for a person to speak and for the lecturers and the orators to claim the love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to mesmerize the audience perhaps might not be very difficult. But to be a true lover of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like Hazrat Abu Bakr radiallahu an, that is not in everyone's capacity to do so. He says for rulers, governors, mayors, presidents and prime ministers, for you to go out and to walk around the area of where you rule in, it's not so difficult. But to make the gush like Umar radiallahu an in the dark hours of the night, to help the helpless, that is not in the capacity of every individual. He says with regards to Uthman radiallahu ta'ala an, that many people might have wealth, the likes of Uthman radiallahu an, perhaps even more. But to have that amount of wealth, to have that wealth that in your wedlock, two daughters of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam are there, that is not even possible. How fortunate was Uthman radiallahu ta'ala an. Many people feel that they are the bastions of Islam and they are the flag bearers of Islam and they want to show that they are there, and perhaps they have the right to, but to be the one who is the conqueror of Khaybar like Ali radiallahu an, that is not in the ability of every person. Many of us, we point to the moon, we point to the sun and nothing happens. Perhaps the only thing happens is we blind our eyesight from the sun or the moon if it comes in the way. But to point into the sun and into the moon, and for the moon to be split in two different pieces, that not everyone has the ability to do so. It was the miracle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Like this, for a person to be a true believer and to live in this world in the time that we are living in, like how the Sahaba Kiram radiallahu ta'ala an, that is not in the capacity of everyone. We had to strive, yet the perfection of following the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reserved for Sahaba Kiram radiallahu ta'ala an.
ज़िन्नुरैन का रुतबा पाना सबके बस की बात नहीं। इस्लाम का झंडा हाथ में लेकर हैदर आगे बढ़ते हैं। इस्लाम का झंडा हाथ में